Nope, that wasn't the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5, but the brand new Redmi Note 6 Pro. That becomes more obvious once you turn the phone on and see that thing. Now if you wonder in which category this phone resides and how it performs, you hit the right place, since I'm about to cover all of that in detail. The review sample has been provided to me by Gear Vita. This is a new online shop from China which definitely is worth a closer look. They offer tons of products, fair pricing and a clean looking website. Check them out at the link below. So back to the Redmi Note 6 Pro. The design does indeed look similar to the Redmi Note 5, but there are some very obvious differences. The design actually is similar to the Redmi 5 Plus, meaning that it's made from plastic for the most part, with a thin metal plate covering the back of the phone. And yes, this of course makes it feel, well, cheaper. It's by no means flimsy, but you won't get a premium feel out of it. Buttons and stuff sit in place tightly, there is no squeaking or rattling, but there are some gaps here and there, which is especially annoying here at the back of the phone, where dirt frequently sits between the plastic frame and the metal plate, being very hard to remove. And sturdiness suffers quite a bit as well. The phone does have quite some flex to it, so you are better off taking care about this phone in order to avoid any flex-caused damage. In my opinion, Xiaomi would have been better off making the phone a bit thicker for added sturdiness. This at the same time would have eliminated that stick-out camera module, which causes a noticeable amount of wobble when using the phone on a flat surface like a table. The screen grew a bit larger compared to the Redmi Note 5's 5.99-inch screen. It's now a 6.28 inches in size, operates at a resolution of 2280 by 1080 pixels and is based on LCD. The screen is one of the Redmi Note 6 Pro's strengths, since it offers a very nice quality. The color reproduction is great and so are black levels and contrast. The picture looks sharp and vivid, and in addition the maximum brightness is 500 nits, which makes up for a decent outdoor readability. The notch, as always, is a thing of personal taste. It's very wide like on the Xiaomi Mi 8, but at least they use the space and build in a dual camera. What I dislike about the notch is that the software isn't optimized for it that well. Like on the first day of Xiaomi notches, there still is that ugly gap in between the notch and the content, which wastes the space. In addition, it once again is not possible to display the battery percentage, and again that is for no reason. If you look at notchless Xiaomi phones, the percentage is displayed inside the battery icon, so there is no reason not to do the same on a notch device. The touchscreen is a 10-point unit that reacts fast and precise to any input. Fast typing works well too. The glass didn't show any scratches while using the phone for 2 weeks and isn't a fingerprint magnet. In terms of performance, the Redmi Note 6 Pro doesn't have to hide, but on the other hand, it is no step forward either. It once again is shipped with a Snapdragon 636, which is a solid mid-range chipset that performs similar to a Snapdragon 660. Needless to say that the phone runs smooth and snappy for the most part when using it in typical daily scenarios. Gaming isn't impossible too, thanks to the Adreno 512 GPU that offers a more than sufficient gaming performance for most people out there. The phone does only get slightly warm when gaming as well. The phone packs 3GB or 4GB of LPDDR4X RAM, but don't expect too much from it. It does perform kinda slow compared to other phones with that type of RAM. In addition, there are 32GB or 64GB of internal storage based on eMMC 5.1. It's fast when reading, but a tad too slow when writing. MicroSD cards can be used as on most Xiaomi mid-range phones, but only for movies, music and files, not for apps. The sensor side of things doesn't look too shabby. The phone packs pretty much all you will ever need, including a gyroscope, compass and even a step counter. Furthermore, there is a fingerprint scanner right on the back of the phone, which works very well and pretty fast. Alternatively, you can also use Face Unlock, but in reality it's likely that no one does because it is utterly slow. It takes a whopping 2 to 3 seconds to unlock, which is hilarious. A status LED has been placed inside the notch, but it only lights up in white and isn't very bright. What I dislike is that Xiaomi again went for a micro USB port, like on all of the Redmi devices. I personally think it is about time to switch to a USB Type-C port. The operating system running on the Redmi Note 6 Pro is MIUI Global version 9.6 based on Android 8.1 Oreo. The security patch is from July 2018 and thus outdated, which is surprising considering that Xiaomi mostly does a great job keeping this up to date. As you would expect from a global ROM, it supports all the major languages, and it comes with the Google Play Store pre-installed and even with Google certification. Regarding the reception quality, I haven't been disappointed. It's as good as on most other Xiaomi devices and even offers support for the Band 20 LTE and dual voice over LTE. In addition, there is dual band AC Wi-Fi but without MIMO. The bandwidth, however, is sufficient though, and I also have been satisfied with the signal strength one floor below the router. Bluetooth 5.0 of course is supported as well and offers a decent range with up to 4 rooms. When I tested GPS, I couldn't notice any issues there as well. The signal strength looks okay and the accuracy is really good. Navigation works like a charm too. Another positive aspect is the media speaker. It's just a mono speaker, but damn, that thing is insanely loud. Also, the quality doesn't suffer from that. For a mid-ranger, this phone sounds really good. And of course you also get a 3.5mm headphone jack. This one sounds nice as well and offers the usual MIUI sound enhancer, including a system-wide equalizer and headphone presets. Finally, telephony quality is flawless too. Voice sounds clear on both ends and the earpiece gets sufficiently loud, and there also is active noise cancelling. Now let's check out cameras, and the main camera of the Redmi Note 6 Pro actually is the very same as in the Redmi Note 5 and is based on 2 Samsung sensors. The front camera, however, has been changed. The main sensor offers a much higher resolution and there is a second sensor for bokeh selfies. So let's check out the front camera right away. I have to say that I love the selfie performance of this phone. Within the price range of 150 to 200 euros, this is one of the best selfie phones I have seen to date. The bokeh mode looks stunning even with rather complex scenes thanks to the secondary sensor. The colors look washed out sometimes, but this is quite easy to fix by using the automatic color adjustment of the picture editor built into the gallery app. In normal mode, the selfie cam does nice and detailed shots as well, but it needs daylight for that. The less light available, the more noise and less details you will get. Moving on to the main camera, I'm surprised to see that the bokeh mode doesn't perform as well here, despite the secondary sensor having a much higher resolution. The bokeh mode does well with simple portrait shots, but as soon as it comes to more complex stuff, the edge detection often fails. But that's a classic Xiaomi issue. Bokeh never worked well on their main cameras, so not a big surprise. Besides the bokeh mode, the camera performs well at daytime. I did use the AI assistants for all of my pictures and I'm quite satisfied with the results. Picture quality is very similar to the Redmi Note 5. Color-wise, the pictures look good, sharpness and details aren't too shabby, but not perfect though. One weakness I spotted is the dynamic range. The camera tends to overexpose bright areas like white flowers or sky. This also results in a very obvious lack of contrast in some shots. When it comes to night shots, the Redmi Note 6 Pro loses. The pictures just don't look good. There is a lot of noise and they look very blurry. There also is no long exposure option that would enhance low light pictures. The LED flash can help, but only on a short distance. Sadly, it often causes washed out colors. Recording videos is supported with Full HD and 30 FPS on both cameras. The video of the main camera is okay, while the front camera surprisingly performs much better. It does very crisp videos that look just great. When recording videos on the main camera, you should disable EIS, since this feature tends to cause glitches. One thing that surprised me is that there is no autofocus on the main camera. You have to focus manually while recording. Xiaomi will hopefully fix that in the next update. So what's left? Battery, of course, and once again Xiaomi packs a 4000 mAh cell inside this phone and I'm satisfied with the battery life. I got around 2 days out of one charge, which is a decent result, so any power user should be able to get through 1 day or likely more with ease. The included 5V 2A charger takes around 2 hours for a charge from 20 to 100%. So there you have it, this is the Xiaomi Redmi Note 6 Pro. My verdict, well, it's definitely not a successor of the Redmi Note 5 and thus not worth a switch. I would simply call it an alternative to the Redmi Note 5. Anyone who wants a great selfie camera on a budget or a larger screen will be fine picking the Note 6 Pro. But if build quality, a smaller screen and no notch are priorities for you, go and pick the Redmi Note 5. And that's it, we reached the end of this review. I was Christopher, thanks for watching and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!